All right. Well, great evening, everyone. This is the Power Coach Madeline Alexander. It is my honor to welcome you to this special webinar presentation of the Kingdom Millionaire Movement. We are talking about how we can build wealth God's way. We're going to talk about the total financial solution this evening, and I'm super excited to have each and every one of you here tonight and excited to share. We're going to be together about an hour this evening, and I've got some just absolutely power-packed information for you that I know is going to be a blessing to you. So we're going to talk about the Freedom Plan, your step-by-step plan to get financially free and give yourself the options that you want and move forward in the direction that you want to go. And we're going to talk about what I call your total financial solution, an end-to-end solution for you to fix every aspect of your finances, to elevate in every aspect and go to the next level. So I am the Power Coach Madeline Alexander. I am the author of Your 90-Day Financial Breakthrough, 90 Power Promises, and the Weapons of Our Warfare to Win in Your Finances Now. And I'm excited to share with you 90-Day Financial Breakthrough is the fourth book that I have written. Also have written the How to Break Through Barriers series. We're going to talk about breaking through financially tonight and just putting you in a posture where you can accomplish what it is that you want to do. So just a little bit about me to get you familiar. I am a speaker, author, coach, and minister of the gospel. I have been working in the coaching space since 2009. I left corporate America in 2008. I had a 25-year corporate career before that, my last 14 years at Microsoft Corporation. I did very well in corporate America. I elevated through the ranks, six-figure income, stock options, bonuses. I did the whole game plan that people teach you how to do. And so all the plans that our parents told us, go to school, get a good job, get good grades so you can come out, get a good job. I did all that, climbed the corporate ladder, and I did well. But what I discovered was there was a tremendous toll in that system. It took a toll. The higher I went in terms of elevation, the more toll it took in terms of on health and time with the family and the other goals and the things that I wanted to do. So I just began to pursue like there's a better way to achieve financial goals and still be able to accomplish the dreams and the things that we want to do. I wanted to pursue my purpose and found a tremendous entrepreneurial journey. Started in 2008 and began coaching, built my own coaching system called Power Coaching, and embarked on that journey. Well, about a month out of corporate America, the economy crashed in 2008. I left September 30, 2008, and by the end of October, life as we knew it had completely changed. You guys remember the real estate market came down, and then banking industry, and there was a domino effect. And I began to realize then that even transitioning into self-employment was not the solution. And I began to look for better and more successful ways of building, and I found it. And so I want to share with you some of the principles that I've learned. And the Lord has just taken me on this journey to teach people financial breakthrough. I wrote Your 90-Day Financial Breakthrough in 2014, and I spent the last 10 years helping people to apply the wealth principles in the Word of God. And so I'm excited to share with you. And in 2020, I came in contact and connected with the company that I'm going to share with you tonight, which is MyEcon. And I discovered a company that is implementing all of the wealth principles that are in the Word of God. And I joined forces with them. I brought all my coaching, everything to this project so that I can help with the initiative that we are working on. So I'm going to share with you this total financial solution that I found that's working very effectively for me. And I pray that you'll see some answers to some questions that are going to be a blessing to you as well. So let me tell you a little bit about my cash flow testimony, what I've been able to accomplish since the time that I joined forces with MyEcon, the end of December in 2020. So I joined December 30th, 2020. And since that time, I have cash flowed over $450,000 using the income shifting strategies that you're going to learn tonight, how to take money that was coming in through different income streams and make different decisions, better strategic decisions with that income and produce a greater return. So that has produced almost half a $1 million for me so far. I'm at $450,000 so far in income shifting, and you're going to learn those same strategies tonight. I've been able to increase my credit score by 100 points. I have paid off over $65,000 of mortgage principal. I relocated from Washington State, Seattle, Washington area to the state of Texas in late 07. I was fully here in 08. Bought a brand new home. So I was back into the mortgage payoff process. And since 2020, I've been able to accelerate that and pay off an additional $65,000 of mortgage principal. And out of that, over $13,000 of that is accelerated mortgage principal, paying an additional 43 principal payments, not principal and interest, but just pure principal, reducing that amount by using the wealth strategies that we learn within the business. I've also been able to eliminate over $47,000 in mortgage interest that I'll never have to pay off of that loan, and moving quickly toward the complete payoff of my home. I've created 8 different diversified income streams, and I am now investing from all of those income streams. The Word of God tells us to invest in 7 ventures, even 8. For we do not know what disaster will come upon the land, to sow our seed in the morning, and at evening let our hands not be idle. And so I've applied those biblical principles, and I've achieved in this year getting to that coveted 8 income streams. I have gotten there. I've also been team building simultaneously, and I built a team of over 100 associates and gotten them on the journey of financial freedom as well with the same principles. That's a promotion to a rank called EVP Infinity, Executive Vice President Infinity. And so I'll teach you about that, how you can team build if you want to do that as well. You don't have to, but it is available to you, and you can take advantage of that. So I have been in full-time entrepreneurship since 08, transitioned out of corporate America, but I really found the place where I could do something really powerful for myself and for my family, and enable my family to get debt-free and stress-free and accomplish the goals that we want to do. So I want to tell you a little bit about me, that you know that the principles I'm teaching you tonight are principles I'm applying in my own life as well. And I want to help you to do the same thing. So let's talk about you. We're going to have a casual conversation. It's Friday night. We're going to have a casual conversation about what's happening in your world. And you can just shout out in the chat. Let me know some things that are going on with you. And I want to talk to you about what you want to achieve now in this year, in 2020. I want you to think about, what do you want to get done in 2024 this year? Okay, so let's talk about some goals. Let's talk about being debt free. First of all, do you want to be 100% debt free? That was a big goal for me. When I was in Washington, I achieved that. I lived in a debt-free status for a long time. When I relocated to Texas, bought a new home. So I'm in that pursuit again. So paying off all consumer debt. Do you want to get all bills paid, credit card debt, student loan debt, any revolving or installment debt, and then getting mortgage free? Maybe not just for you, but also for your family. Any mortgages that are in your family lineage, getting that taken care of. So if debt free is important to you, I want you to put that down. And then how about being job free? Being job free. For me, I wanted to transition out of corporate. That was a big goal. I went to Bible school when I was there at Microsoft, and I knew I was called, and wanted to step out into the thing that God had called me to do. But you have to be financially prepared for that. And so maybe you want to transition out, replace your job income. If you've had any type of interruption during COVID, you might want to restore some job income. You might want to be your own boss. That was my motivation. You might also want to enjoy more time with your family and take care of people that are in your family. That might be something that's important for you to do. If you have young children, you may want to stay home with them and take care of them, even homeschool. I have good friends that are homeschooling using this process that we're learning tonight. You might be on the other end of the spectrum where you're in retirement or planning for retirement, and you want to just be able to live in freedom. So retirement, I'll use that terminology, but we're really talking about freedom. We're really talking about putting yourself in a position where you are absolutely free. You can make the decisions that you want to make. Retirement or freedom, the freedom phase of your life, is not about your age. It's not based on you're in your 60s 50s, 60s, 70s. It's not that. It's not about your age. It is about your assets. We have business partners that are free in their 20s. They've already gotten themselves set up in terms of asset accumulation that they're free in their late 20s, in their 30s. They've already accomplished it. So it's not a number in terms of a numerical age. It's about your ability to accumulate assets. So your money is now working for you and you're no longer working for money. So maybe being job free is one of the goals that you want to attain. You may want to be stress-free. You may want to put yourself in a position where you are restoring your savings, investments. You've got an emergency fund. You want to make sure that you've got that emergency fund set up, 6 to 12 months cash reserve, being able to give generously to your church, charity, or the cause of your choice, and be able to help others and just not have financial stress. Just when you're in the overflow, you're in abundance, you don't have financial stress on yourself anymore. So you may want to put yourself in a position where you're able to do that. That may be one of your primary goals, or a lifestyle change, adding luxury, legacy, and lifestyle to your life, adding a new home, cars, home improvements. You may want to focus on leaving a legacy, establishing multi-generational wealth. The word says that a good man, a good woman leaves an inheritance to your children's children, your grandchildren. But we have to have something set up so that you can do that effectively. Lifestyle, you may want to be able to travel the world, take great vacations, see things, go out and explore the world, but not come back with debt, not come back with heavy credit card debt and all that. So we believe that you can do all of that. You can do any of those things that you want. I want you to prioritize and take the top two and shout out in the chat what the top two items are that you want to do for you. Maybe that's being debt-free and job-free, or debt-free and stress-free. Pick two, just concentrate on two, and I want you to drop those two in the chat, and I want you to focus in and just think about, what do I really want to get done in 2024 and going into 2025? If I'm going to work on something right now, what are my primary goals that I want to work on? Go ahead and drop those into the chat and make a note of those as we move forward. So let's talk about how you're going to get that done, because we want to set ourselves in a position where we can accomplish the things that we want to do. So we're going to talk about a freedom plan. Okay, the freedom plan that's going to put you in a position to accomplish those goals. So tonight we're going to talk about the problem of money. Like what are the challenges that we're encountering that are keeping us from doing the thing that we want to do? Okay, so we're going to talk about the problem of money. We're going to talk about the total financial solution, an end-to-end solution to address the problems that we're encountering. We're going to talk about cash flow, credit, debt, taxes, and investing. These are the 5 pillars of a strong financial strategy: increased cash flow, an excellent credit score, eliminating debt 100%, reducing your taxes, which is your biggest bill that you will pay all year, and being able to invest to get your money working for you so you are not always working for your money. If your money doesn't take over and start working for you, you're going to work for the duration of your life. You're going to work end to end, and we don't want to do that. We want to have time that we can be free and live the life of our dreams. So go ahead and drop those goals into the chat. And we're going to break this down. We're going to go ahead and start talking about the money problem. Like, what are we facing right now? Because if you don't understand the problem, you will miss the solution. You'll be staring at the solution and not recognize it because you don't realize what the challenges are that you're up against. And it makes us move slowly when we need to be moving with aggression to resolve financial issues. So let's talk about the money problem. What are we facing in our lives and in the United States right now? So let me give you a goal. We think about, what is true personal financial success? Okay, what is it? What does it mean? Some people think having the house of your dreams or being able to travel. People define success different ways. Some people define it with status symbols, or being in a position of power, or being in a position where you can just have options to do the things that you want to do. So I'm going to give you a definition that we're going to work from tonight. True personal financial success consists of two things, two very objective and straightforward goals. Okay. The first one is you need enough cash flow while you're working in your job or your business to support your lifestyle during your working years. So there's a period of your life where you are actively working in your job or in your business. During that period of time, you want to cover all your needs for the lifestyle that you have determined is appropriate for you. Then you simultaneously need to attain assets to sustain your lifestyle when you stop working, when you transition into your freedom years, okay, at whatever age you determine that you want to do that. So we've got to do two things during our working years: handle our bills, handle all of our needs in the present, and put away money and get that money working so we're accumulating assets. So asset accumulation, I want you to drop that term into the chat. Drop it in there so that you remember it. Asset accumulation, that's one of the big goals that we have to do. The challenge is most people never get to the second part. They're always working on the first part, just trying to get enough cash flow to sustain what they need to do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so shout that out, put asset accumulation into the chat so we can be interactive as we move through. So how are we going to get that done? Okay, how are we going to get that done? We're going to talk about option one, which is what we've all been taught, which is to go to school, during school, study hard, get good grades so you can come out, get a good job. When you get that job, you're going to work that job somewhere between 30, 40 years, and then you're going to retire. And hopefully you've got enough put away and you've got Social Security and some other things coming in that you can enjoy your retirement years. That's the plan that most people have been taught, that most people are on. And the game plan is you're working 40 hours or more a week, and you're going to do that for about 40 years, between 25 and 65 years old. You can shorten that up maybe a little bit. Some people work longer than that, but that's pretty much the game plan that most people are on. So I want to show you what that's producing right now, and we're going to see if that's an effective game plan. Okay, so let's take a look at income, just median income in America on this game plan. We're going to call this option one. So the term median, it just means you take the highest income earner and the lowest income earner and you meet exactly in the middle. That's the typical American household. So we're going to take a look at what that looks like. In the typical American household, meeting right in the middle, the median income for a household in America right now is about $74,580, just below $75,000 a year. If you do not own a business and you are just, working your normal jobs, what's happening is about 25%, right around a 25% of your income is coming out of the gate before you even see your money for taxes. So that could range anywhere from 21 to 28, just depending on your circumstance, but we're going to call it 25% is coming out for taxes. So you take that out off the top, and then you've got mortgage and rent, food, utilities, you've got educational expenses, vehicles, insurance, medical insurance, all the things that you have to pay for. And so once you do that, $74,000 does not go very far. Most families end up in a deficit, unable to kind of cover all the expenses, and they end up going into debt. We use credit cards and other things to supplement because that $75,000 just isn't enough money. Okay. Now, it's not your fault. It's just all the things that you have to pay. And based on those taxes coming out, it's hard to stretch it. So that's why people end up paycheck to paycheck, and they don't put a lot aside for the asset accumulation that we need. Now, when we break it down by race, we see a different number. So Latino families come in about $12,000 below that, about $63,000 a year. And then you see this big gap. And then African-American families are coming in about $22,000 below median income. Okay, so it's already tight at $74,000, but for African-American families, we're down at $52,860, about $53,000 a year. And if it's not you, it's people in your family, it's people that you love and care about. And we have statistically been the lowest income earners since they've been tracking these numbers since back in the mid 60s. Okay, we are the lowest income earners of all major ethnic groups. And that has been a consistent situation. A lot of that has to do with systemic issues in our economy. Now, if you flip and you look above the line, you're going to see white, not Hispanic families coming in slightly above median, $81,000 a year. Then you see this big gap, about a $30,000 gap, and you get to Asian American families coming in at almost $109,000 for a household. The big difference is that Asian American families have the highest rate of business ownership, and African American families have the lowest rate of business ownership, owning assets and owning businesses that can generate the income needed to create income generating assets and do the asset accumulation that we're talking about. So you see more than double the income and our Asian American families versus African American families. And the big disparity is business ownership. We got to fix that. So even though we're making gains in this statistical line, we're not really making progress in terms of closing that income gap. We're not making progress. That gap is getting bigger. Okay, so the game plan, option one, we're being taught, it's not producing the results that we want in terms of income. When we look at net worth, when we look at wealth creation, that gap gets even bigger. So let's keep going. And we're going to talk about with those income numbers, we're looking at that 75,000. Here's where most people are. 58%, almost 60% of American families live paycheck to paycheck. And we have an impact of inflation. And the surprising number is that most people think, well, I can just work more. I'll get a part-time job. I'll earn some more money. I'll bridge the gap. I'll get some type of side hustle and I'll kind of just add some more income. It doesn't work because 30% of those families, almost one out of three that make $250,000 or more, still live paycheck to paycheck. 36% of those families that make $100,000 a year, that's kind of the benchmark that most people go after, still live in paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because of two things, debt and taxes. Debt and taxes are eating up that money. So these individuals, $250,000 a year and still paycheck to paycheck. It's like being broke at a high level. So that's the thing that we want to fix and we want to get that corrected. We want to get that corrected. Okay. It's not just driving the income number up. Part-time jobs not going to help. Even if we do some type of side hustle, you have a side business and it's adding some additional income. That's a smart thing to do. That's a good thing to do. But we have to apply some other financial principles so we keep the money. Okay. It's not just growing the amount of money. Cash flow is important, but we got to know what to do with the cash flow once you get it. So another big issue that we run into is what happens if you lose your primary source of income. You don't really know the strength of your economic plan until it gets interrupted. It's not when paychecks coming in consistently, you're covering all the bills. You can't tell how strong your economic plan is until you face an interruption. So let's say Monday morning you go into work, you don't have the job that you have now. You don't have the business that you have now. What would happen to you in 3 months? Just think about, I don't have my primary source of income. In 3 months, what's going to happen? Do you have a backup income source that can take over at a moment's notice and you're not impacted? What would happen to you in 6 months? What happens in 12 months? So I've been teaching and talking about this for years, and people would be like, come on, like nobody's going to go through that where it's like 12 months, 2 years. We just went through that with COVID. We just went through a global pandemic, and people experienced this exact thing for no cause of their own. It wasn't anything they did, but because of a contagion that caused a worldwide pandemic, everything shut down. So then you get to find out like what's really going on with my finances. So we are used to having insurance on things like our cars, our health, our homes, your phone, your PC, your laptop, but we don't have insurance for our income. Your most important asset is your income. How are you protecting that? What kind of protection do you have for your income? So we have to think about that as well. What happens if your primary source gets interrupted? Do you have a backup plan to be able to protect you? Okay, that's another issue you have to worry about. So we want to think about, can I accumulate assets? What happens if my income gets interrupted? And am I getting ready for freedom? Is there a date at which I can walk away from the job, stop working, I can still enjoy the lifestyle that I am accustomed to? Okay, so let's talk about the average cost of retirement, or what we're going to call freedom, because you can do it at any age. You can do it at any time. Go out, look at this beautiful beach. You can go enjoy yourself. At what age are you going to be able to do that and do it consistently and not have to worry about punching the clock? Well, the average American, let's look at what it's going to cost. The average American will spend about $987,000 from the time that they transition into retirement age on. And so depending on where you live, that could be higher or lower than that. Okay. So they went through and they calculated in different cities in every state around the country how much money you would need, and you're going to need about $1 million. Okay, so Fidelity comes in and they did a study. Fidelity is a great investment house. We work with Fidelity very closely. And they said retirement living, here's what it costs to retire comfortably. And they went in and did this study, and they're like, hey, you're going to need on average, you're going to need about $1 million. Okay. That's the benchmark that I want you to get. Most people don't think like that. They think, okay, well, becoming a millionaire, that's kind of an optional thing. It's not. You need to be 100% debt free with $1 million of financial assets set aside. Now, if you accomplish that, let's say you earn 10% interest or you have 10% growth on your investments. So if you have $1 million, you earn 10%, then what that's going to produce is $100,000 a year. So if you're working right now, you make $100,000 a year, then you want to be able to grow your assets to $1 million to maintain the same lifestyle. Okay, so take whatever your salary is right now, whatever you make annually, multiply it times 10. So that family that has 75,000 to maintain their lifestyle, they need 750,000 at a minimum in retirement savings. And you really want to be a little bit higher than that at this $1 million benchmark. Okay. If you take the interest down, if you say, I think I can make 8% a year, then that number has to jump up. Okay. Now we have to increase what we are putting away. So I want you to kind of demystify having $1 million and demystify the concept of being a millionaire and just think about, I need $1 million of financial assets so that I can stop working, be free, stay free, and have something to pass down to my children and my grandchildren. Okay. That is what we're looking at. Well, how much are we getting done? Where are we at in terms of getting this money into our freedom accounts? Well, we're going to break it down by race again, because there's a big disparity. Our white, not Hispanic families, they're running, this is pre-pandemic, this is right before the pandemic, they're running about $80,000. So we're looking at it before we dipped into it, took the money out to get through COVID. Okay, about $80,000 in retirement savings. That's not, we're not at, we're at about 10% of what we actually need in these households. Latino families, 31,000, Black families, the median balance is about $35,000. It's about just 3.4% of what is actually needed. That's a huge wake-up call, because that just means if you keep doing what you're doing in option one, working your job, putting a little bit in the 401k, you are not going to get to the dollars that you need to get to. So we got to get a different strategy and a different game plan to get to where we want to go. Okay. So I just want to show you what is being produced. You follow that game plan, the conventional wisdom. Women end up with about $57,000 in freedom funds. Men end up with about $118,000, still far short. Median retirement savings for everybody altogether, we're at about 97,000. Savings expectations. This is a different organization. Fidelity told you $1 million. This is annuity.org. They're looking specifically at people in retirement. They're saying you need $1.04 million to get it done. So what happens? People retire and end up going back to work. They retire, have a little bit of time off, and then you see them go back to work. You're not free. So I want to help you to get to where you're actually free and can stay free and go live the life that you really want to live. So we got to elevate our mindset in terms of what is required. So this, I want to share this with you. This is a third resource. This is a book that was released in March. Okay, Teresa Ghilarducci, she is a U.S. economist. She analyzed how people are doing in terms of this financial plan that we've got everybody on. We've all been taught this financial plan. So she looked at 40 years of data and came out and said that the nation's retirement system has left behind the bottom 90% of workers. 90%. So if we said you have a 90% chance of being in a tornado or a hurricane, you'd prepare immediately because you know it's imminent. When we say 90% of the workers in America are not prepared to ever get free, then we have to wake people up to this reality. So she wrote a book, released it in March. This is a U.S. economist saying this financial plan that we put together, that we've taught you through school all of these years, for the last 40 years, it's not working. 90% of the people are being left behind. So she wrote a book called Work, Retire, and Repeat. Okay, the uncertainty of retirement in the new economy. It's not working. So what we want to do is just tell you, hey, there's only 10% of the people that ever get to freedom. You want to put yourself on that track to get to freedom, and it's not doing the traditional plan that everybody's been taught. So the solution that the lawmakers want to do, they at least there's a proposal out there to raise the retirement age for you to even claim Social Security till 70. I don't know about you, but I don't want to work like that. Like just kicking the can down the road is not gonna work. If it's not working at 52, 59, 62, 67, it's not gonna work at 70. We're just delaying the same. We're just having people work longer and harder and not enjoy freedom. That's not the game plan that you want to get on. Okay, that's not the plan. That's not gonna work. Okay, so she's saying retiring in America is increasingly means working into old age. No one wants to do that. So we got to stop the car and get off this game plan because this isn't working. Okay, we want to do something totally different. So in our 20s, 30s, 40s, we can enjoy our life and be on a totally different game plan than the one that we have traditionally been taught. So here's a challenge. Cash flow. We talked about that. 60% of Americans are paycheck to paycheck. There's no money left to even put into these retirement plans, even at $250,000 a year. Making $250,000 a year still can't do it. Okay, think about that. Making $250,000 a year, $250,000 a year, still broke at a high level, paycheck to paycheck. Taxes is your largest bill. If you don't deal with the tax debt, it doesn't matter how much income because they just take a bigger and bigger percentage if you are on the tax code for employees. Employees don't have any benefits in our tax code. You carry the burden of our tax system. So we want to flip that and get you some tax advantages of being a home-based business owner and how to leverage all of the tax advantages that are in the tax code. You want to be trained and financially literate to take all of the deductions that you're eligible for with your business. Because there's business owners that don't know how to take all the advantages within the tax code that's available to them. And we have employees that don't have any of these advantages at all. So we've got to deal with taxes. We need to deal with debt. The United States has $17.5 trillion in consumer debt. This is just debt on non-mortgage items, consumer debt, just things that we're trying to fill up the gap between the income and what we need in our household. $1.3 trillion of that is credit card debt. $1.6 trillion of that is unforgivable student loan debt. The average American has over $100,000 in debt, more debt than freedom assets, assets that are working for you. Deeper in debt, then you have assets working for you. That's the typical American family. Credit. We have 100 million families that have errors on their credit, which means you pay even more money. Poor and fair credit will cost you a fortune. You're servicing and you're paying out more than you should on mortgages and car notes and anything that carries interest because the credit score isn't high enough. Why? Because we're, late pays or not managing the aspects of the credit. So what we want to show you how to do, fix, manage, and maintain that credit and solve that financial challenge. But I'm just showing you what the issues are. So cash flow is an issue, taxes are an issue, debt is an issue, credit is an issue, and investments. I showed you those numbers in terms of our investments. We're not even close. Okay, so these 5 pillars of your financial health, we're not doing well in America for 90% of the people. We're not getting a good grade. This system, option 1 that we've all been taught, is failing us in all 5 of these areas. We got to do something different. Okay. So that's what I want to teach you about tonight. We're going to do something totally different than that. I love Alan Kitely. He said once in a while, it really hits people that they don't have to experience the world in the way they have been told to. We don't have to do it this way. We can get on a different system. That's exactly what we're going to do tonight. And we're going to talk about what I like to call the freedom plan. Anybody else ready to get on the plan for freedom and get away from that system? We're going to talk about option 2, the freedom plan. That's option 1. That's the go to school, get good grades, get a good job, and work there for 30 to 40 years. All of that is what is producing where we're at right now. Who's ready to get on a different game plan? I want you to shout out in the chat if you're ready for the freedom plan, something totally different than that. Okay, ready to get free at whatever age. And if you're ready for a massive money makeover, I want you to shout that out in the chat. And we're going to work on a total financial solution tonight so we can put you in a different situation. Okay, if that's you, shout out, let me know. I'm on option 2. I want the freedom plan. I want to do something different tonight. So let's take a look at those same 5 issues and what we're going to do to resolve those issues. We're going to get on the freedom plan. So let's go back to these goals. True personal financial success. We got to get two things done. We need cash flow to cover our lifestyle during our working years, and we need to attain assets. We got to build assets, and we got to start today, like tonight. We got to get started building these assets. So, how are we going to get that done? Well, we're going to do some different decisions with the money that you already have. Okay, we're going to start using a proven financial success system so you can keep more of your hard-earned money. You're making the money, but the money's going out to taxes and debt. And we want to add more cash flow so we can accelerate the game plan. So we have to use different strategies than what we have traditionally been taught. So in 2020, I connected with this phenomenal company called MyEcon, the personal financial success company. I didn't know this company existed, and I was ecstatic when I found out because this company is doing some revolutionary things. And I made a decision to join forces, bring all of my coaching firepower, everything that I do in ministry, everything, books, everything, and join forces with MyEcon to help teach people financial breakthrough through this personal financial success system. This is a powerful company based in Atlanta, founded by two kingdom gentlemen who are very strong believers in the Lord and who have made a decision to help families all across our nation. And our mission is to empower people to attain personal financial success and create 1 million millionaires, 1 million people who are 100% debt free and have $1 million of financial assets. That is going to create $1 trillion of assets coming back into our community. So instead of having $1 trillion worth of debt, we want to create $1 trillion worth of assets owned in our community. So MyEcon, that stands for my economy. So even if the United States economy is doing great, if your personal economy is not, that's what we want to shift. So I want you to say my economy. I'm working on me. Okay. This company is 19 years old, has an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau, checked out, vetted, A+ rated, 100% debt free, has never carried a dollar of debt, completely technology driven in the fintech space, working all with digital products to enable you to fix your finances, has built a complete digital toolkit with everything that you need to transition and get out of all those challenges we talked about earlier, okay, which is incredibly powerful. And we've already empowered the associates, the individuals who are using the system. Millionaires have already been created, and they have already empowered associates to cash flow over $1 billion already. Okay, $1 billion already through these financial strategies. And so we've set our sights on 1 million millionaires, which would be $1 trillion of financial assets. That's powerful. That's a powerful portfolio right there. That's not the revenue of the company. That's the resources that are being put into the households, just like yours and like mine. So our vision is to help you attain personal financial success, create 1 million millionaires, and we're going to do it through two strategies. Very simple. Income shifting, taking the money that you have right now and putting it into better financial strategies, just showing you how to handle what you've got today so you get more mileage out of it, and then teaching you how to do business building so you can infuse more cash flow and speed up the process. So if you're already in your 40s, 50s, 60s and beyond, you can still get to that $1 million worth of assets. You can still get debt free. We just have to go, we have to put some acceleration behind it so that you can catch up on what you may not have done in the previous decade. So that's what we're going to do. And it's simple. Okay, so I'm going to quickly walk you through. We're undefeated in this area of building up personal financial success. And so I want to show you 5 wealth strategies to deal with those 5 problems that we talked about. So the first one, we're going to go through these 5, and I'll break them down. We're going to increase your cash flow. We're going to fix your tax withholding to get that done. Second thing, we're going to minimize taxes so we can get that big bill down and you don't have to carry all the tax burden on your back. Companies like Amazon and Netflix, they don't pay any taxes. So you shouldn't be in a situation where you're carrying this heavy burden of the middle class, carrying the burden of our tax system in America. We want you to get tax advantages just like the corporations do. Eliminate debt, build great credit, and then learn how to invest with a simple investment strategy that'll grow your portfolio and get that thing to that $1 million of assets without taking high risk. Okay, so those are the 5 things we're going to go through, 5 pillars. First one is to increase your cash flow from the money you already make through correct tax withholding. So when you start a brand new job and it's a W-2 job, you're employed by the company, you're paid on a W-2, you fill out a form called the W-4, and it tells the Department of the Treasury, it tells the IRS how much money is going to be withheld out of your checks to cover your tax bill at the end of the year. So most people don't know how to fill this form out. So 100 million employees have too much money withheld from their paycheck. Now you get it back in a refund a year from now. Okay, you go past the year. So in January, we start working on the taxes. You're going to get it back. But what you've done is you've given the government an interest-free loan for a year with money that should be working for you to get rid of debt and to invest. So you would get way more out of that income if you didn't lend it to the government for free, kept it in your household, and put it to work for you. So we're going to show you using an IRS calculator the proper way to do the W-4 form and get more of your hard-earned money back into your household. We've seen families get an extra $200 a paycheck, $500 a paycheck, bring in $1,000 or more of the money they're already making back into their house to free up cash flow. So now we can get out of that paycheck to paycheck, start getting the debt reduced, and the most important thing, start investing. So every day we help hundreds of employees fix this and increase their take-home pay. You can give yourself a raise without having to ask your boss. This is simply just using the proper values on the W-4, following the IRS instructions so that you can get your take-home pay up and start doing some different things with your money. That creates cash flow, and we start working on investing and debt elimination and fixing your lifestyle. Powerful. We can do this in 20 to 30 minutes and get the forms all set up, get that ready for you to turn into your job, and we can get you on a better process. Now, if you work in a business like what I do, I don't have a W-2 job, but for the business owners, we have a different cash flow program that will enable you to infuse cash flow and accomplish the same goals. So if you don't have a W-2 job, it's okay. We've got some other cash flow ways that we can help you as well. Second strategy is to minimize your taxes. This is a huge one. We want to help you. If we can show you how to write off common things, your phone, your internet, mileage, meals, different things that you can do, we're going to help business owners to get more of your money back because you're not paying so much in taxes. And so there are tax advantages for home-based business owners. You're going to own a business with MyEcon because now your financial success business qualifies for these tax deductions, and you are going to be able to take advantage of the tax code that's for the business side. So we're going to teach you the legitimate, legal, and ethical tax deductions that you can unlock as a business owner. And this is going to slash your tax debt. And then we're also going to help you track everything because we have a cash flow manager. This is an app. It'll go right on your phone, and it'll help you track all your income, your expenses, your receipts, your business mileage, and put you in a good position to reduce your taxes. If you can get your taxes down, let's say $5,000, we can reduce that. We have expenses of $5,000. Let's say we can get that done. That's a reasonable number. That's going to reduce your taxes by about $1,000, more than cover everything that you need for your business, and you're coming out ahead. So your business is actually free because of this strategy, and you are going to save more of your hard-earned money, thousands of dollars, by being able to take advantage of the same tax deductions that the big corporations do. But you can do it through your business, your home base or small business that you are owning. Okay. Now, if you're like, I already own a business, but are you getting all of the tax deductions, and are you tracking? That's what we find out. Even business owners don't track this effectively, so they miss deductions. So through our Cash Flow Manager app, we're going to make sure, even if you're aware, okay, yeah, I know I can write things off on my taxes. Are you getting every single deduction? Are you tracking every single receipt? Do you have a simple system to be able to do it? Not throwing it in a shoebox or not having it where it's all disorganized and you got to get that together. We have an app right on your phone. You can take pictures, store all your receipts. You're going to go paperless. It'll structure it, organize it. You just hand it to your tax preparer. It'll put a whole summary together. You print it out. at the end of the year and you're done. Okay. Super simple, excellent tool for business owners and excellent tool for employees to be able to get more savings with respect to your taxes. So that's a big one that we want to put more money back into your household, that we're going to take a big deduction. We're going to take a big swipe at that big tax bill and get that thing down. So you're keeping a lot more of your money. Strategy 1 and 2 are getting your money back from the money you already earned back into your household. Okay. Strategy 3, we got to eliminate the debt. So we're going to show you techniques and teach you debt elimination techniques so you understand how to do it. But we're also going to provide debt elimination software that will calculate based on your debt, your credit cards, if you have student loans, car note, mortgage. It's going to analyze your situation and tell you which debt to pay first and how quickly you're going to be able to pay off the debt. And if we can add cash flow, it'll calculate for you how much faster we can retire the debt and get you 100% debt free. So that's awesome. It's right there. You can put everything in, and it's wonderful to have an actual plan. And then we're going to help you get the extra cash flow through the first 2 strategies I told you, as well as business building, so that you've got more money to put onto the debt. Debt elimination is critical in your financial plan. The interest you're paying is the penalty for having to borrow. We want to get that interest as small as possible, which leads into our next strategy, which is fixing your credit, building great credit. You want your credit score to be at least 750 and above. This is actually part of your debt elimination strategy, building great credit. It's going to enable you, when you do need to borrow money for like a car, a home, or some other major purchase, that you can borrow with the least amount of interest being charged. So the higher your credit score, the better the rate is and the less interest you pay. So we have a complete system called the My Credit System. It's an educational platform. We're going to give you step-by-step training to show you all of the facets of credit. It only takes 25 minutes. It's simple. You can learn step-by-step exactly what you need to do. 25 minutes of your time, you'll understand credit and what to do. You'll learn the exact steps to be able to dispute negative credit history. And you're going to have an automated letter writer with all the legal language. You don't have to worry about that. It's error proof. All you have to do is we're going to show you how to plug in your specific items that you need to dispute or you want to challenge on your credit report. And the automated letter writer does everything else. And not only are we going to help you dispute those negative items, but we're going to help you manage the other aspects of your credit score that you need to get to the best scores. The excellent, like the best scores you can get is between 800 and 850. We have many people who have perfect credit here in MyEcon. They're in the 800 club. But if you can get it to 750 and above, you're in there. Okay, you're going to get great rates, and we're going to show you exactly how to do it. That's the best possible rates. So then if you have high interest credit cards, we can get better cards. We can refinance homes, refinance car loans, and get you to pay less interest. That puts more money back into your household. Having an excellent credit score is part of your debt elimination strategy. We're shifting that money back into your house. It shouldn't be going out through interest. It should be staying with you to pay off debt and to invest. Bad credit, poor credit, fair credit, even down here, good credit, you still got 2 more levels to get to. Even that will cost you thousands of dollars, especially on a home and a vehicle. Okay. Now, the issue is we have to manage every aspect of your credit score. Even if you hire someone to work on your credit, they're only working on payment history, which is about 35% of your score. So 65% of your score you're not touching. We're going to help you with all 5 factors that address your whole score. We're going to help you fix the entire FICO score. That's why we can get people into the 800 club, because we address all of it. And getting out of debt is part of it. That's part of your credit utilization. It's a huge number of points, 165 points. You've got to be able to get the debt down as well as fix the payment history. So we're going to work on all of it. That's why it's a total financial solution. We're not just doing, some aspect of the credit fix or just getting a little bit of cash flow. We're working on the whole thing end to end, and all these strategies work together to get you to where you need to be. Okay. So this is part of the debt elimination. So we're getting more cash flow in. We're getting the taxes down. That brings more cash flow in. We're doing the W-4 strategy. We're fixing the taxes. We're paying off the debt. We're getting this credit fixed so that you're not overpaying on interest. And all that get you more money to start pushing money into your asset accumulation. So you got to free up. If you're like, I can't invest, I would put more away, but I don't have anything to work with on paycheck to paycheck. We use the other 4 strategies to get you here. Then we're going to show you how to own a piece of America and invest like the pros, like the companies that you use. If you like Apple products, you should own Apple stock. If you like Microsoft products, if you like Amazon products, if whatever the brands are that you love, the products and services, don't just buy the products. Let's buy the stock and put you in a position where you're owning a piece of America. So we want to shift some of those consumer dollars that we spend every week and every month and start shifting that into where it's becoming an investment that's working for you. And we're going to use mainstream strategies everybody can do with excellent professional money management. So you're not putting your money at risk. We're not going to do something high risk that can put you in a difficult situation, but will get you to that $1 million portfolio. We have an 8-step personal cash flow plan. This thing is powerful. It changed my whole life when I saw this. An 8-step plan. We're going to show you from right where you are today, from being able to build an emergency fund all the way through to being a debt-free cash millionaire. We're going to show you step by step exactly what to do, and we're going to back it up with the technology to get you there, including a whole financial strategy that you can put together right online to show you exactly what to do. We're going to be helping you with the training and everything you need to get there. So those are the 5 strategies that you're going to implement, these 5 pillars, and we're going to give you the education and the software, the actual toolkit to be able to get it done. You need the skill set and the toolkit to do it, and we've got that all put together. Now, we want you to be able to enjoy your life. And so we're going to put you in a position where you have discounts on travel. We talked about lifestyle. Remember, we want to add luxury and lifestyle, be able to enjoy yourself. A lot of times people avoid working on their finances because it's like, I don't want my budget stripped down to nothing. I don't want to live like that. So you can get financially free and still enjoy your life. Okay, we want you to still do that. And so we have an excellent travel club called Zingo Travel Club, and it has up to 70% savings on the items that you need to travel and enjoy your life. So you'll get savings on flights. The actual flights are discounted. Rental cars, you'll have discounts on hotels, resorts, cruises, activities, and excursions. And the price comparisons are right on the site. That's what I love. So we're going to show you, this is what Expedia is charging, Travelocity, Priceline, and you'll see the Zingo Travel Club price published where you can see it and be able to take advantage of that. Okay. So that's a powerful tool that's built in to your membership as well, because we want you to be able to enjoy your life. If you find prices that are better, we haven't seen it, but if you find a price that's better on the internet, you're going to get 110% cash back guarantee. Actual cash back, not points, not a credit. Okay. You're getting actual cash back, but in this arena, we're undefeated in terms of pricing. Okay, it's excellent, absolutely great. You'll get up to 70% savings on travel. We're going to show you the percentage and the dollars on the website. You get the cash back, best price guarantee, and you're going to have access to over 1 million hotels and resorts, over 300,000 luxury homes and villas, over 50 rental car companies, and over 15,000 cruises, which is powerful. So this is awesome. And you can have that built into your membership as well. Then we also, in this total financial solution, we need to put some packaging around it. As you're fixing your credit, paying off debt, your financial status is going to elevate. So you want to protect your identity. This would normally be, for most people, they're going and they're getting separate products. They're going out and buying separate things. We put this all into one package, so it's going to save you a ton of money. So our identity protection product is called Defender Plus. You'll have cutting edge internet surveillance with monitoring and alerts. We're going to be tracking everything, track your email addresses, monitoring for your social security number. A lot of times your identity can get breached if someone breaks in, if they hack a company. AT&T just went through a major hack. They went through a situation where text data and customer data was hacked into. So it's not something you're doing, but your information can end up on the dark web. So we need to monitor for that and make sure if there's a breach. Walmart's been through one, Target's been through one. It's just part of what we deal with. Cybercrime is the fastest growing crime. Identity theft is the fastest growing personal crime that people go through. And so we want to put you in a situation where that's not happening to you, and we're protecting you. So you'll have guaranteed restoration if your identity is breached. You'll have $1 million of identity theft insurance in case something happens to cover and make you whole in that circumstance. And then you have lost wallet protection as well. This is a great detailed service. It even tracks for families, that it'll track even in your neighborhood. There's access to like a whole sex offender registry, so we can keep the children safe. Like everything you need for your family is in this product. It's really awesome. And then we also have discount legal services. So as a business owner, and as your assets increase, you need to protect those assets. So we need to make sure that you have wills in place, trusts, all your legal documentation is in place, because you don't want to lose your assets that you work hard to get by not having your legal paperwork in place. Okay, want to make sure that that's done. And also, you don't want it to go through probate and a big chunk of your assets gets taken away and your kids don't end up with it. So we have to do the right type of protections, identity protection and your legal protections, as your financial condition improves. And we've got that bundled in one product, and it's added into your total financial solution. We've got everything for you. In 2025, in January, we're rolling out our income tax preparation service. That's going to be awesome. And you're going to be able to use this as a referral business and earn income from it. But we're going to go into the multi-billion-dollar income tax preparation space, tie that in with what we're already doing to help you with your taxes. And you are going to have access to excellent tax preparers, nationwide service. It's a 20-year-old company we are working with, professional preparers that understand the type of tax returns you'll be doing as a business owner. You don't have to go in and do an office visit. You can submit your documents online. Rapid refund and direct deposit will be included as well. So that's going to be built into your bundle as well. And it's also a service you can refer to other people and earn income if you would like to do that. So that's the total financial solution. All 5 strategies, everything we need to fix the problems I told you about, and then all the other ancillary services that you need to protect your identity and protect your assets as they grow. So we're going to switch gears. We're going to talk about income generation, and we're going to talk about building in a team-based business. So Brian Tracy, who is a very strong motivational and sales trainer, he said teamwork is so important that it is virtually impossible for you to reach the heights of your capabilities or make the money that you want without becoming very good at it. And so we want to leverage teamwork. The Bible says 2 are better than 1, for they have a good return on their labor. So we want you to be able to maximize teamwork. We use teamwork in our families, teamwork at school, teamwork at work, but we just don't build our income with teamwork. And that's a mistake, because collaboration is better than competition. So we want you to leverage teamwork, the biblical wealth strategy of teamwork. That's the 10th wealth strategy in the Word of God, to add even more money. So the income shifting strategies show you how to maximize from the money you already have. Now we're going to show you how to get more money and infuse more cash into your game plan just through business building. And this is really simple. This is just helping other people just like you to enroll in our memberships and take advantage of these great products and services. And we do it simply by sharing success stories and testimonials of people that have gotten great results. We just share what we've been able to accomplish. I shared with you at the beginning my accomplishments that I've been able to do. I'm not a financial guru by any stretch. I'm an author, coach, minister, and I've been able to master these concepts and help other people do it as well. We have all the marketing side done. We have automated technology tools to help you with capture pages, content to promote and share. If you want to build a lucrative business, you can build a supplemental income, job replacement, replace your job income, and financial freedom income. You can create 6-figure and 7-figure income here, just helping other people with the same challenges that you're overcoming financially. We need all hands on deck to get people off of this other game plan that's not working. And so you can create tremendous income doing that. We have a powerful compensation plan, the strongest residual income that I've seen, like the most residual means you earn money multiple times from the work that you do one time. It's not linear, like you work 40 hours, get paid 40 hours. Don't work 40 hours, don't get paid. Here, we're building residual repeating income, and it's very lucrative. So you'll earn upfront payout when you share and help other families. You'll earn overrides on your team. You work together in a team-based environment, and monthly residual. This is a recurring check that comes every month based on the business that you built. So you can earn up to $70 with new memberships, people joining your team. You can earn up to $13 monthly residual income on your team that you're building nationwide. Very powerful. And you can create tremendous income by doing that. So let me show you just a couple examples. Let's say we help 10 families. You could earn up to $700 extra a week just helping 10 families. Okay, think about getting an extra $700 every single week, every single Friday. That's hitting your bank account. That's awesome. In a year, you would have a team of 500. And this could be you and the people that you're working with in your team. And you'll have a monthly residual of $6,500 every single month, which is powerful. As we wrap up, I want to tell you, I'm going to calculate this for you so I can give you the exact number. That's $78,000. So you could create on a part-time basis more money than the average family makes working full-time. Okay, median income in America is about 75,000. You can create 78,000 just helping 10 families and do that on a part-time basis and sit right next to your job. Like, keep your job, build a business that can equal and surpass what you're making on the job. Isn't that awesome? Just helping 10 families a week. That's amazing. You and your team. Let's say you help 50 families a week, and you could gain up to $3,500 a week in pay doing that. Okay, getting a paycheck. Think about every week getting an extra $3,500. At the end of the year, you'd have a team size of 2,500 memberships, 2,500 families. That would create monthly residual of over $30,000, $32,500 every month. That's financial freedom. Okay. So not only can we help you with all the strategies, but we can help you get free financially. And that's why we call it the Freedom Plan. Okay. We can get you free by implementing these strategies. So how much does it cost? You're probably thinking, well, my goodness, this is probably $500, $1,000. Nope. Our founders are incredibly generous, and because they are very financially successful, the company's debt-free, everything's digital, we can put the money back into the households. Okay. And so that's what we're doing. So we have 2 great memberships. You can get in where you fit in. These are the startup costs. Our financial success membership is those 5 financial strategies and your money-making capability. The W-4 tax withholding strategy, the My Credit System, the debt elimination, the investment training, all of that. That's in one package called the Financial Success Membership. You can get started for $39.95 a month after that. So $39.95 to start, and then $39.95 a month, all tax deductible. Okay. All the marketing tools, compensation plan, all of that. You can do that. Or you can get what I would recommend, which is the total financial solution. And that is everything. That's the financial strategies plus the travel club, plus the world-class identity protection, the legal club. You get 5 lucrative businesses in one business. So if you want to build an income and really protect your finances end to end, you want to get the EBM, the Elite Business Membership. I call it the total financial solution. $39 to $20 bills to start the financial success. And the most you would invest would be $99.95. Okay, under $100 to get everything that we talked about tonight. Is that mind-blowing? That is incredible. It's 5 businesses in one. You would pay hundreds of dollars if you did these separately, and your monthly maintenance wouldn't be $60 a month. It would be more in the tune of $120 to $150 to maintain all 5 of these different types of services. Okay, but we've got an all-in-one package and made it really, really simple for you. So I would recommend, if you can do it, do the Elite Business Membership. That's a $100 investment. And then a month after that, it'll be $60 a month, $59.95. all tax deductible, no long-term commitment. Okay. So you can test drive with the financial success membership, or you can jump in with both feet and start building, and let's start getting you some assets at the elite business membership level. Is that awesome or what? I think that's incredible. Best value, 5 businesses in one. You're in the financial services industry. DIY credit repair is a multi-billion-dollar industry by itself. Travel is a $9 trillion industry. Identity theft is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and so is legal services. And you get it all in one business, and you can create a 6- and 7-figure income. So let's go back to option 1. That was looking pretty bleak. You have a 95% chance of ending up without enough money at age 65. You have a 63% chance of not being able to withstand an income disruption due to a loss of job, illness, or natural disaster, because there's no resilience in this game plan. Race and gender inequity plague the system. And traditional business ownership, if you're going to start a traditional business, is largely inaccessible. So that's the problem with the option 1 game plan. The option 2 game plan is a whole different situation. So let me show you a couple of people who have done option 2, and then we'll close out with this for tonight. So here's some folks that did option 2, chose option 2, got on the game plan. This is Marcus and Angela. We call them Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They both raised their credit scores in the 800s. Both of them have perfect credit. They've gotten into the 800 club. They have cash flowed over $350,000 using this system. They've paid off $20,000 in debt. Young couple, neither one of them have had to work a full-time job for a decade. They have both come out of corporate America, living their dream, and having a great time. They just celebrated their anniversary, went to Puerto Rico, had an amazing time with their family. They're free. Okay, young couple getting it done. This is Patrice Hunter. She's awesome. She raised her credit score 82 points, cash flowed 150,000. She's paid off $63,000 in debt as a young woman getting it done. Okay, they're on option 2. They're like, nope, I'm not doing that other game plan. This is Bonnie. Bonnie Roberts, she's raised her credit score to perfect. She's at an 850. She purchased her dream home and her dream car, fired her boss. She has 3 children, recovered from homelessness. And now she's financially set, financially secure. She wrote a book called Bounce Back about how the MyEcon plan totally changed her life. She's on option 2. This is Keith Tucker. He and his wife, Cheyenne, they raised their credit score. His credit score went from a 520 to an 804. He's cash flowed over $500,000. They're approaching $1 million. He's cash flowed over $530,000 and paid off $189,000 worth of debt. And he's working a full-time job. He did this on a part-time basis, just kept his job and built a business next to it. Powerful testimony. He's on option 2. Okay, just made a decision. I'm not doing it that other way. So it can be done. You don't have to quit your job. You just have to make a decision. Okay, so in any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing. The worst thing you can do tonight is just do nothing. Just hang out and not do anything. Okay, we want you to get on option 2 and make a decision to go in a different direction for your life. Amen. So that is the freedom plan. Y'all excited? Isn't that good? I'm fired up for you. I want you to make a decision. If you're ready to get on option 2, shout it out in the chat. I want you to say, I'm on option 2, I'm on the freedom plan, and we're going to get you ready to move forward in Jesus' name. Amen. Y'all ready for option 2? Shout it out. This is the Power Coach, Madeline Alexander. I always want to tell you that you're gifted for greatness. You're encoded with the exceptional. Whatever's burning in your heart to accomplish, it's yours to achieve. You got to get on option 2. All my option 2 folks, I want you to shout it out loud and proud in the chat, because we are not going to do life the way we've been told to do it. We're going to do it in a way that's going to get you free. Amen. So I am going to stop our recording at this point. Thank you for being with me tonight. We're going to take some questions, dialogue a little bit on this Friday night, and we're going to get you started and get you going this evening. God bless you, and thank you for joining in with us this evening. God bless.